Here's what happened, the MXGP of Türkiye at Afyon, round 18 of the FI Motocross World Championship. MX2 race 1, Sascha Kühnen over the Vauxhall shot line for the 14th time this year. Kai de Wolf just behind him. Simon Langenfelder went in behind him. The top two in the championship in reverse order were well positioned, but Langenfelder lost a lot of places on the opening lap as de Wolf sat there in second. Perez moved up to third. Everts was pushed to fourth. Then Langenfelder in fifth. Verlaine right there alongside him in sixth place. Langenfelder then started to find his feet up the inside of Verlaine. Those two went back and forth a couple of times. Eventually, though, he found his way by the number 99 of Perez. That put him into fourth. That was on lap 5. McClellan, who just found his way past Verlaine, he made this little mistake, allowed the Frenchman to go back by. That was for 6. And then Everts, who'd been sitting there defending that position, Langenfelder came through and moved into third on lap 8. That's where he would eventually finish. This was as close as it got between Langenfelder and de Wolf. He thought he got the move into second. That would have been 2 more crucial points that he would have gained on the defending champ. But in the end, it was de Wolf who held out, and he gained on the German in the end. Frantic battle going on for 4th place, though, between Perez, Verlaine, and Everts and McClellan. But final lap, it was decided with Verlaine moving by, Perez into 5th, Everts into 5th, Perez down to 6th, but Sascha Kühnen winning for the 3rd time from de Wolf, Langenfelder, Verlaine and Everts. In the second MX2 race, once again over on the right-hand side as we look down, number 19, Sascha Kühnen, over the Vauxhall shot line for the 2nd time this weekend, the 15th time this season. Could he pull away like he did in race 1? Well, that was going to be the big question. Perez emerged in second. Langenfelder with a better start. He started in 2nd gear in race 1. That halted any kind of good getaway. Made up for it here in race 2, though. Captain McClellan in 4th. Verlaine in 5th, de Wolf into 6th in the first couple of corners. Perez taking over the lead. But then, this was a battle here. The 2 teammates, Langenfelder going past his teammate Kühnen. That put him into 2nd position. He went after Perez, and look out, Perez tried to squeeze him to the inside. Langenfelder won the battle there. That was on lap 7 of 17. To move into the lead. Kai de Wolf knew then he had to get a bit of a move on. An issue there on the exit of the turn for Sascha Kühnen. That's why de Wolf was able to go through. Quick pass there, quick pass here in the latter stages for 2nd on Perez, and then he went after Simon Langenfelder. This is about as close as it got, though, between the two, and it was the number 27 of Simon Langenfelder who did just enough to hang on, and he went on to win race 2, and with it the overall. Langenfelder your winner in the race from de Wolf, Perez, Kühnen and Everts. The overall, Langenfelder, de Wolf, Kühnen, Perez and Verlaine.
İtalya 3. sette 2 set puanı atacak. İşte genel klasman. Langenfelder 833 Pralya öncesinde de Çin. Ve Funda Arar konserini de bir kez daha hatırlatalım. Konser...
I really needed to fight hard, had some bad weekends and super happy. I wish I would have my heart rate monitor on in this motor because I think I went over 200 for sure after that crash, but yeah. Brought it home and super happy and ready to go to China now.
In the MXGP first race, all eyes over on the right-hand side, but watch in the middle, Isaac Gifting, he just loses ground here. He folds up front, takes Van Donnick with him, but it was Lucas Kühnen over the Vauxhall shot line for the 12th time this year. Geiser right there behind him in 2nd. Hurling's in 3rd. Then we had Maxime Renault and Paul Jonas going at it as well for that next position, 4th and 5th. Hurlings keeping Geiser at bay. Fevre finding his way past Jonas and Renault to move into 4th position, then 3rd. Later on in the race, his teammate ruffling up the feathers of Paul's Jonas as well as he moved into 6th on lap 6, Ruben Fernandez. This was Fevre getting the better of Geiser as he moved into 3rd on lap 7. Then he went after Hurlings, but Hurlings just turned it up every now and again just to keep him at bay. Kevin Melandrin found his way into 7th with that move on Jonas. That's where he would stay despite closing in on his teammate right at the end of the race. Talking of which, Maxime Renault came under pressure from number 70, Ruben Fernandez, who found his way by for 5th, but it was a comfortable start-to-finish win for the 96 of Lucas Koenen. Hurling 2nd, Fevre 3rd, Geiser 4th, Fernandez 5th. 24 points. Now the gap between 1st and 2nd at the top of the championship. Final race of the day, MXGP Race 2. We thought it was maybe Romain Fevre who snuck around the inside, but with his first foxhole shot in the Premier Class and just his 2nd since 2020, it was Isaac Gifting who got over the line first. Didn't last long though. Fevre quickly into the lead. Hurlings quickly into 2nd. Gifting tried to put up a bit of resistance though, but Hurlings was coming through no matter what. Behind them, Geiser and Koenen and Fernandez. Fernandez snuck by there after a mistake from the Belgian, who then had even more work to do. Could that have been a costly error at the start of the race for the number 96? Eventually, as the race went on, Koenen did find his rhythm, found himself alongside Geiser as he moved into 3rd place. But it took Jeffrey Hurlings a little longer to find his way into the lead. Lap 9 of 17. Sweet move, doubled his way in, took the same line as Fevre, who went defensive. Jeffrey Hurlings then started to pull clear. This was the final lap lunge that Koenen tried to make the move for 2nd position to gain back 2 more points. But in the end, Fevre held firm. Jeffrey Hurlings was your winner in race 1 from Fevre, Koenen, Geiser and Fernandez. The overall victory for the 111th time went to Hurlings with Koenen 2nd, Fevre 3rd, Geiser and Fernandez. Your top 5.
Ve puanlardan görüyoruz. Podyum ve podyum öncesinde dünya klasmanında Paris 885 ve 50 puan, hatta 50-53 puanlık göreceğiz. Ama MXGP'nin 9.suna efsane.
Yeah, it was really good, better than I could really expect, you know. So obviously we're quite higher, so we had to change some things on the bike, but it was only in a big positive. I think our bike was really, really good throughout the weekend. So shout out to KTM for providing me with such a good bike. And furthermore, yeah, went 2-2-1. Obviously today 2-1, and 2-1 gives me the overall.